I what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all with another one. And we got Rainy up in the building. And man, oh man, the Saints, we striking hot very early, man. I never seen the Saints get this active this early within free agency. It's usually the Saints taking their time, you know, sitting on their hands, and you just see a lot of people with the memes, with the guy with the stick saying, "Come on, Saints, do something,
Do
do
something.
something," and everybody just making moves. And Saints, they like to just chill and just, I guess they just negotiate different. But this year is very different, man. We strike hot out the gate, like we got positions of need, and not only positions of need, we got guys that's at the top of the free agent market within them positions.
Yeah.
So I just want to get into each signing and what you think about the signing, and you know the way the Saints going about free agency and what it looked like, how they might tackle the draft, and just everything in between, man. So first of all, what's your thoughts on free agency? How the Saints come in, and we could just get into the each one of the signings.
Um, hey, I'm telling y'all, I told y'all for a long time, cap that cap shit matter. We kept calling it fake. It do matter. And like in this instance, as you can see, like, yeah, they could always, push cap, but like they haven't restructured a lot of people. They restructured four players. They haven't restructured the Caesar Ruizes, the Carl Grandises of the world, Pete Werner, Devon Gacho, Nate Shepard. They haven't done any of that. So, having cap matters. Like it's potential. Like even they can make some more signings, and even with their draft class figuring in and say like, like a big Olave extension, the Saints still can potentially go into next off season with 50 plus $1 million in cap space before you even do all the contract adjustments and stuff like that. So being in a healthy cap number, that do matter for how you build your team. So that's a good thing. And I like the free agent signings. I thought that the David Edwards number surprised me because I thought it was gonna be actually more. That make me cool make it makes me more content with the ETN number, even though I kept saying like, man, I didn't want to pay a high price running back. I do get it though. Like we watch this team, bro. The Saints need a running back, like really, really bad. So getting ETN is really like a 2-year deal. Like a third of the third year is guaranteed. So if he not meeting the expectations, they can move off the deal, especially with the way they contract structure now, where you don't got to put all them void years on it now. So it's like a 2-year deal. The Edwards deal, like a 3-year deal. I love the punter signing because when you go to punter hell for 3 straight years, you start appreciating good punting, and that's
Yeah.
gonna matter. And I think we're gonna play games that matter this year because I ain't gonna. I think it's gonna come down to us and the Panthers in the division, in my personal opinion. So, like in them games, you need a good punter that can flip field position. We can't have 15-yard punch again. Like that's unacceptable from a
Mhm.
professional player, from a professional punter. So I like that signing. I like the tight end signing. It's pretty much like a 1-year deal. I still think they need to add more tight ends, like through the draft. But now I think that they have three tight ends on the roster. I still think the team need a fourth tight end, but that could be another young guy through the draft or something like that. But they got three at least right now. So in Jawan, Noah, and then the rookie from UCLA. So I like them signings. Ridgeway, I guess that's just depth, low end role player depth. So that's whatever. But I like a lot of the moves they made. I don't think you signed you a guard. He's healthy. He's been playing good football. You get to help out Eric McCoy at center because now he don't play next to a liability at left guard. You help out Kelvin Banks a lot because now he don't play next to a guy who shouldn't be starting. And like Redun's is like a backup, and then Trevor Penning is come on. I don't got to
Mhm.
get into that. So I think they still need to make some more moves, but I like what they did so far.
Okay. Let's go break down each one of these signings and just how you think they could help out the team. What impact you think they could contribute. Let's start with ETN, man. for those who are just a casual fan, they probably watch a lot of Saints games and they probably watch, big games when big games come on. But if they're not just too familiar with a lot of other teams, like I'm pretty sure a lot of casual fans, they're not just that familiar with an ETN. They're not that familiar with a Lloyd. That's the linebacker. Like, let me know how you think that the guy like ETN coming in after our running back room that we just had, how you think he can contribute with this to this offense?
It's a significant upgrade. Like even in the way that like other teams guard you and stack in the box. I ain't saying I think ETN probably like a back. If I go look at running backs in the league, he probably somewhere between like say like he's somewhere in that middle range from like 13 through like or as high as 12 through like 18. So he's somewhere in that range. I'll probably say like the 15, 16 best running back in the league. But like for us, there's no disrespect to the former players or players on the team. Still, like that's a significant upgrade from the running back play we got last year. I think he a good player. I think his explosiveness, I think he's explosive. I don't think he's I think his explosiveness is a bit overrated, like to a point where people are like, oh, he's a home run hitter. I don't see like a necessary home run hitter. Like a home run hitter for me, like Gibbs, that's a home run hitter.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got a home run in him, which is something that we could use. But I think he a good player. I think he helped a lot. I think he a good pass catching back. I think he a good runner of the football. I want to see him be a little more consistent because he missed his first year with an injury, but like if you look at him, he got two really good years his first year and last year, and then he got 2 years, 2023 and 2024, where he like 2024 just didn't go good. 2023 was just inconsistent. So like you need him to be more, you need him to be close to that 2020, 2022, 2025 seasons. And that's what we're looking for. But again, I still think I think it's a good signing overall. I wish the price could have been a little bit lower, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to pay. If you want something good, you got to pay for it. So
Yeah.
you can't penny pinch on everything.
Yeah, I agree with you about the home run hitting aspect. I think he's a guy that could give you a home run here and there, but
Yeah,
for the most part, he'll give you a lot of big chunks and he'll get you a lot of first down, similar to Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram, he ain't really just hit a lot of home runs for us, but he got us a lot of big chunks.
I think he got a little more pop than Mark Ingram. Though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think Mark Ingram got more hammer, but and ETN got more lightning. But it's a similar thing. I get it.
Um, shit. But at the same time, like a lot of people are feeling like he has these 1,000-yard seasons. Alvin Kamara, he never had none. The signing that we just had with Alvin Kamara with this confusing restructure that we did with him or something like that. Like a lot of people feel like Alvin Kamara is pretty much out. Like he's going to be the odd man out. How do you think this going to dictate us moving forward, Alvin Kamara? And can you, if you would like have any type of insight on how can you explain the contract that we just restructured with him for anybody who's confused?
I think with the contract, I think it's like it's set up where they got the cap release that they needed. It's almost like you taking dead money this year and setting up to take dead money next year. So like that's kind of how I look at it. Like it's set up like, bro, it's set up for him not to be on the team. It is what it is. It's just set up like that. Like
So it's
they
pretty
don't.
much a
He get
situation.
his 3 million. He get his $3 million that's guaranteed regardless. But like it's set up for him not to be on the team. Like
Mhm.
that's how I looked at it when I was ready. They was like, "Oh, it's not a simple restructure. It's like it's something else." And then they explained it. I'm like, "Yeah, because I mean I read other publications that talk ball, and it was like the Saints not only needed a running back two, running back one, they probably needed a running back two. ETN is your running back one. You can
Mhm.
probably draft a guy in the fourth round that can provide RB2 value. Like I don't see a way where AK on the team. I think
Mhm.
it's either a retirement or like if he continues to play, it's like because I think he did move to Colorado like last year. I don't know. He a he an interesting nigga. So I don't know. I don't know what he was saying. Colorado or in the off season, New Orleans or Miami. But I do think maybe Denver if he continue playing. But I just think it's one to watch. But they pushed the money factor out. So
Hmm.
at this point, with how they handled it on the cap,
Yeah, I was watching Saints Block Party, and they mentioned that the league was not happy about that contract. And on top of that, I think I heard that uh by us getting ETN, we pretty much kind of understand that Jeremiah Love not gonna fall to us at 8.
yeah, yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's tough for me. I've been heavy on that Jeremiah Love train. Say, man, I'm all for dudes. See, look, this is why I think from a money value, that's why I think it's important to participate in certain things in the combine. He didn't have to do that, but him running that 40 and just showing off his skills in the drills, bro, he made an extra $5 million because Tennessee gonna take him at pick 4.
Mm.
So he made more money, get to go to an untaxed state. Or I think Tennessee got state or state free tax. I'm not sure, but he made a lot of money in that. So I can't blame him. But yeah, I don't think Love gonna be there. So that's all I think it is. So at least they handle something.
Mm.
We gonna go into a draft with a major need like wide receiver, but we can't go into it with wide receiver and running back along with the other needs we still gonna have.
We're gonna get into this wide receiver talk. We're gonna get into that. All right, let's get to the Buffalo Bills guard. We got Edwards. A lot of people are high on him. He the second best offensive lineman after what Dawkins on that team, I believe. And a lot of people saying it contribute a lot of Josh Allen's success to him, contribute a lot of Cook's success to him. You know, him and Dawkins, they was doing their thing on that line, and I think he got a relationship with Will Clapp or something like that. So I,
Yeah.
I think him coming to the team will add a lot of grit to the team. Still got that Ruiz on the offensive line. I had put a tweet out saying, you know, soon somebody gonna make one of them memes with them dragons. There's always those couple of dragons that just looking
Yeah.
fierce, and it's always that goofy looking dragon. And then guess who's gonna be the goofy looking dragon? Jawan Johnson. And I think the same thing about Ruiz. Um, but for the most part, I love the signing. We could beef up this offensive line, give Shuck enough time in the pocket, and give enough Shuck enough time to really just sit back there, hand the ball off to whichever running back, and some holes could get created. Because I don't like when a running back just got to make something out of nothing. I want holes to get created off the offensive line itself. So I'm really liking the signing, man. Explain to me how you think he could contribute in helping out the team.
I think I think it helped out a lot. I think Kelvin Banks' job is gonna be easier. I think McCoy's job is gonna be easier. Um, I think potentially like, bro, we gonna have 4 guys on the line that that like I feel like I have a if we put a color code on a guy, if we put like green, yellow, orange, red, like I got I got I got 4 greens, man. Like I think it's a great signing. Like I think you got it's obviously a liability on the line. It's Ruiz, and then it's McCoy help, but like McCoy, one of the best centers in the league. What
Mm.
you call it? This is a really good guard. You got 2 young tackles who good, who show a lot of growth, and they play on islands, so like they don't get a lot of help. So and they both hold up. So I
Well,
just think what you said.
are we panicking with Ruiz? Like, ain't every
No,
offensive line in the
no.
league got a Ruiz on the offensive line?
Every line, a lot of lines have a hole, but like I don't because Ruiz was a first round pick. Now I do think he should have been a center in the league, but we talking about I got a problem when a guard can't help you in the run game. I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's such a negative in the run game. That's my real issue with
Shit.
him. So
Looking bad on pass plays too, boy. He be the
the
only
pass blocking
the only dude
the
who be
pass
looking.
blocking is solid. I'd say it's solid. Analytically, it's graded as solid, but like he's a negative in the run. And
Yeah.
that's my real problem. A guard can't be a negative in the run. Like, see, this is why I think a guy like Kelvin Banks gonna be good. I know it's two different positions, but he plays tackle. But like Kelvin Banks was a good solid protect. He's the pass blocking is gonna grow as he get older and get more stronger and then
Hmm.
get more help. But like he was good to solid. He was solid to good as a pass blocker. Gave up
Yeah.
some quick pressures and all that. But you can run when you can run behind your left tackle, and you can do stuff where you can pull your left tackle, or it's plays where your left tackle might line up as a tight end on the right side, which he did line up next to Fuaga quite a few times. That's when you got a guy at left tackle. Like that's a real guy. But I, my problem with Ruiz is really the run game. Like he can be, we can say like Pete wasn't good. Pete had one good. He had 1 year where he was a legit Pro Bowler though, and that's
Hmm.
why like he got those Pro Bowl nods because one of them years he was a legit Pro Bowl, but like he wasn't a great pass blocker. But it was some times where you could pull Pete. Pete can go on a pull block, and he was moving something. He was putting something through the dirt. You
Hmm.
can't do that with Ruiz at all. That's my real problem.
All right. Now think about this. I had put a tweet out, and this was a while back ago, and I was like, okay, and with the first pick at number 8, the Saints select, and it was that dude with that hard name to pronounce, but I think he'll go up for Penn State.
Oh, we not taking that. Hell no. No. He played left guard anyway. No, they don't need to. You can't have 5 diamonds on the offensive line. It's team. They wide receiver room is Chris Olave and nothing. So I'm not with that. They don't need to be taking a guard in the first round. They need to take a guard probably in the fourth round, as high as
Okay.
the third round. But they don't need to be taking a guy in the first or second round at all.
Hmm. Well, I was just saying that just in case, Love might be gone, Downs
Man,
might
we
be
we
gone.
got we got David Edwards, man. We good. We good. We good. Trust me.
Okay. Now the punter. How familiar are
Huge.
you with this punter that we got from the Vikings? Was he like Pro Bowl punter? Like, did you do your research on him if you didn't really was familiar with him? And I
I
think
started to
I think the special teams could really use a boost.
yeah, I think your punting unit, I think you got a legit punter now. This guy had I looked him up, he had like 250 some punts in his career. He
Hmm.
had 101 inside the 20. He had a 48-yard punt average. His net punt rating, so like from the return was 44 and a half. So it was only like 3.5. So that means he must know how to hang the ball. But that's a big upgrade because that punter situation was horrible. And I don't think they should just stop at punter. I think we obviously need to add a return specialist somehow, but I think they got to keep going at kicker as well. Like Charlie Smith, cool story, cool guy. He shouldn't be given the job next year. He didn't earn that job. You got to bring in more competition. I think Miami used to have a punter, Jason Saunders. He didn't play last year. He was hurt. But like, I'm bringing that dude in. This gonna be a competition in training camp. I'm not just giving the job to Charlie Smith because I'm trying to win games next year. I'm not trying to, you know, give guys chances and shit like that.
Yeah, man. We definitely need to just go ahead on and bring in that competition because one thing about that punter, bro, it might not seem like they, just affecting the game, but they definitely affect the game. When they can flip the field and just uh have less pressure on the defense and the offense just got to drive upfield, that changed the game completely, bro. That first year that we had from that one punter that we had let go, boy, that
Oh,
boy was
Gilligan, yeah,
killing.
Gilligan.
Boy
That
was
that that
cold.
game, that game. I think that was Lattimore best game of his career. But I watched that was that Washington game, bro. I watched two players won the game, Lattimore and him.
Mhm.
That was the best punting display I ever seen in the NFL game before. And
Yeah.
I wish it sucked that he didn't do it for 2 years because it sucked that he couldn't do it the second year, but I think they gave up on that too soon because
Yeah.
he's still a good punter in the league now. Like it's like he redeemed himself from that because he went to Arizona, but like that was a mistake giving up on that soon. So I'm glad that they solved the problem now.
All right. I've been seeing a lot of people talk on Saints Twitter about Chris Olave not having a running mate, and it's not as bad as people might think it to be. We already got Vele. We already got this guy Poke, who a lot of people are kind of high on. If he stay, injury free, he could be a stud. We already got Trey Palmer. We seen him with the Buccaneers, and you already seen Shuck out there willing and dealing with what he already had in his first year as a rookie. And a lot of people think that Chris Olave is a 1B or a 1A. Do you think we definitely need to address wide receiver as like our top priority next? Or do you think a lot of people just, we could go out there and go win with the wide receiver room we got now? But a lot of people feel like this the same stuff that got us in the position that we've been in before. And then you're going to have an injury occur. And then you're going to be throwing the guys like Austin Carr, and you got to just be depending on guys that's wide receiver fours, hoping they could be a wide receiver two for a couple of weeks into the cavalry comeback. Like we've seen this movie before. We've seen it with Michael Thomas years before. Like, let me know how you feel on the situation when it comes to adding that stud in the wide receiver room.
Our wide receiver room sucks. I'm just gonna say that right now. After Vile, I don't rate anybody, and I think Vile is a. I'm not going. I see where he's a wide receiver three at because I seen when he played, I seen a clear defined role. I was asking for that type of wide receiver for a long time. They don't got to be great. Just I know his role. That's a big body number three. He gonna be effective in the red zone. He gonna go across the middle and make these seam catches in traffic and stuff like that. I've been asking for that. So I know what Vile is. But everything after that it's like a lottery ticket, but it's depth. Like Trey Palmer to me is their third best wide receiver because I've seen it before in Tampa where I seen like, and even in Tampa, it was like I've seen, oh, that's like a wide receiver four at best, wide receiver five. He got speed. You got to respect his speed. But like the Trey Palmer, I mean the Jalen Polk stuff. Like I get one to be optimistic about a guy you traded for. Jalen Polk is virtually a wide receiver version of Isaiah Fowski, in which a team, but instead of how we held on to Fowski for 2 full years, they got rid of Polk in a year because they knew it was over. Like sometimes you can draft a player and a player just not be good at all, and it don't make sense for me to just keep all let's get this guy a second year. Like, no, I know I watched this guy is not good. That's what I really think it is. Maybe he can show something, but it's people talking about him like he's a wide receiver three. Bro, he got 87 yards in his career. A team in New England that's never had wide receivers in years. They don't have wide receivers now. They didn't have great wide receivers last year, even though they went to the Super Bowl. It was a committee and it was Stephon Diggs, older Stephon Diggs, then a committee of guys that was already on the team previously. But like a team like that that's starving for a wide receiver just willingly got rid of him for nothing, virtually. They were gonna cut him if the trade didn't come through.
Mm-hmm.
They were gonna cut him before year two started. Like that's how bad he got a surgery so he couldn't get cut, and then they traded him. So like I just don't think that we should be talking about these guys like they legit options. I think you got Chris, very good wide receiver. They're gonna pay him. You got Vile. I see his role as a wide receiver three in the offense. He has a clear role in the offense. So I'll give him the pass as the wide receiver three. But after that, you just got a bunch of guys. You got like six guys competing for three spots, in my opinion. And if they bring in another guy, I think it's gonna be a cheap guy. If that guy can do special teams type stuff, then you got that guy and you got two guys competing for two other spots potentially at that point. Because they gotta draft them a wide receiver, a guy that's immediately in the top three. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what they got to do because you seen this wide receiver market, bro. Romeo Dobbs got 20 million. Shaheed got 17 million. Wandale Robinson got 20 million. Like the Saints not about to go pay Chris 30 some million, then go pay another receiver 20 million. That's really not a $20 million receiver. So I think wide receiver is that's probably the clear need. Obviously, you got stuff on defense. We're gonna get into that, but that's one of the clear needs right now. And there's been a need, and you got to stop all this bargain bin and trying to just like. I understand being optimistic about your team, but they not being truthful. They not being right here. Like we're gonna end up in the same situation.
Oh, go ahead.
You talking up dudes who not that good or ain't do nothing in the league, and I don't know, bro. I had a tweet earlier this morning like the same guy that made that tweet, well, why you asking this, whatever his name is, uh, he wanted to trade Olave, but he's bigging up like dudes who would be lucky to make rosters. Like these dudes not guaranteed roster spots, and he bigging them up, but he want to trade Olave. So I just think dudes talking out. I don't. We can move on, bro. I don't
Who
want
won't
to get
trade
into it.
Olave? Who won't trade Olave?
No, I'm saying at certain points and times, like the guy T.J. Jones, he want to trade Olave, but
Yeah.
then you want to go big up Jalen Polk and Trey Palmer. Like what are we
Shit,
doing, bro?
it ain't just T.J. Jones though.
I know it's
I
not
seen.
just him, but he the one who made the tweet.
Oh yeah, I seen a lot of people say they cool with the wide receiver room. I think what you gonna call it even cool with the wide receiver room. Q, because he was like, oh, Olave are
He
all
not cool with that. He not cool with that. He's not
pro.
cool with that. He know we need another receiver. Everybody,
Well,
everybody know we need another receiver.
okay. What about Brian Thomas Jr.? If we could get him on his rookie deal, that'd be good.
I think this is how I view Brian Thomas Jr. I'm an LSU fan. I like BTJ. That shit last year that was scary. That was because that's like I said. Chris had the yips last year. Chris had the yips, but his yips wasn't like BTJ yips. That nigga was scared to run across the middle of the field. At his size,
So
he
he
didn't want to
was
go
scared.
across.
He wasn't frustrated.
No, he was scared.
Oh, I thought it
That's
was some.
Nah, it
He,
wasn't a frustration. It was like he was scared, and then like they make this trade, and this other guy step up, and then I ain't even gonna lie, Travis Hunter best game before he got hurt. Like you just see some stuff, and you like, damn,
mm,
BTJ was the fourth best receiver on that team. Like it was like he was clearly the fourth best receiver on the team, and like then he don't necessarily mesh well with Travis. I mean with Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know, bro, but this is how I view it. Like I know people talking about, oh, maybe we could trade a third round pick for BTJ. It's not gonna be that. It would be way higher. It would be like if it's not a one, it's close to a one. Like
mm.
that's how it would be.
I don't
So
want to get into a situation where we get him and then he just be another Brandon Ayuk. Like I don't want to get into that situation. Now I ain't know he was scared to go across the middle. I thought he was just having
nah,
frustration.
this wasn't. This was like a
But even
this.
that's scary. Having frustration and you just kind of.
No, but everybody, you're gonna be frustrated at times. So like I ain't gonna kill him too much, but like that was a little different right there to like the being scared to go across the middle. Like I'm looking at a 6'3", 210-pound receiver that's like first of all, he led the league in drops, and then but everybody, dude's gonna drop the ball. But like when it's drops, like bro, you like I can't run certain stuff with you, and it's like that bad. So it was rough. But like I said though, I think that price gonna be way higher than what they saying it is. Like it's fans talking about, would you trade a third round pick for Brian Thomas? Hell yeah, I trade a third round pick for Brian Thomas. The problem is you got a team like the Jets. They got so much draft capital. The Jets will trade 33 for him because they can. They got
Mhm.
6 picks that's gonna be in the top 45. They got 6 picks, 7 picks that's gonna be in the top 44 in the next two drafts. They can trade 33 for them. They can do the lottery ticket. They not paying nobody. The only person they pay money to, real money to, is Garrett Wilson. So
Mm.
they can do it. I don't know if the Saints can yet, but I don't think he a bad player though. I'll say that.
Well, I could tell you this: when it comes to just being content with the wide receiver room we have right now, like you say, I'll be much more cool with that had we have a good tight end. Like we just had a fire tight end, I'll be much more cool with that. But going into the season, well, what we got right now, I need a dog. Like that's the name of the game. You go out, you go get good players, you go field good players. And to me, I think just like how you could never have too many pass rushers, you could never have too many pass catchers. To me, that the Seahawks, they proved it. The Seahawks, they had weapons all over on both sides of the field. And if you ain't got no pass catchers, you just gonna be another team like the Patriots. Granted, they made it to the Super Bowl, but a lot of people thought it was fluke. And you might be another team like the Broncos, who good team, but you need to get some weapons in there, bro, on offense. And I just think that not only do we need to have somebody opposite of Olave for talent reasons, but we need insurance just in case Olave miss some time for
Yeah,
anyway. 2 more concussions and he might really retire.
yeah,
So I think you without a doubt got to go, seeking a receiver. Now I do
yeah.
hear that we working out Chris Bell or something today. He's from
Yeah,
Louisville.
that's just that's like a he's one of the it's like a I looked into the draft. Maybe people differ from me. It's like 7 receivers who I like before a certain like at certain picks. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of these guys at 8, but you see, I know what Chris is gonna get paid. And then I know what Chris is gonna get paid. And then I know like the Saints have a need at wide receiver, and then I know it's smart to pay a wide receiver and then have another wide receiver on a rookie deal opposite him. Dallas did the same thing with CD Lamb. When Dallas signed Amari Cooper, they traded for Amari Cooper, had him, he was on the team, playing on his rookie deal. They paid Amari Cooper in March 2020. Next month, they draft CD Lamb. That was a great duo for 3 years. And then CD Lamb took over as the one. So that's a great pairing. It was kind of supposed to work like that here, but Mike couldn't stay on the field, unfortunately. But like that's a smart thing when you got a high pay wide receiver to go pay because wide receivers cost a lot to go pay or to go draft another high asset, whether it's in the first or second round. So it's smart. It's like it's smart team building from that aspect. But like I like I like obviously I like the top guys. I like Tate. I like Lemon. I like Tyson, even with the medical history. I like Omar Cooper. He played at Indiana. I like him a lot. And then that second round range, I like Denzel Boston. He go to Washington. Um Casey Concepcion, Chris Bell, like them the guys I like.
Mhm.
It's like 7 dudes I like in the first like two what we picking at in the first 2 spots.
Mhm.
So and they all play different because I think one thing I gotta get this out, like it's Saints fans that think every wide receiver one or wide receiver on the field is supposed to look like a basketball player. That's not true. Like it's dudes, like it's a guy, Omar Cooper. He goes to Indiana. Omar Cooper plays like Jarvis Landry, except he runs a 4-4-2. He don't run a 4-7-6 like Jarvis Landry. He runs a 4-4-2. Omar Cooper play style works with anybody, just like Chris Olave play style work with anybody. Like these guys, yeah, they not cool. They not 6'3", 220 pounds. They can play off each other because they do things, they games do things where the others guys like don't. Like they don't do the same shit on the field. So we don't necessarily need these. Cause I seen the lady today. I don't follow her, but like guy tweeted like, "Oh, the Saints need to go get them another wide receiver one." I'm like, well, they have a guy. People's like they have a guy. It's like, no, they need to go get them like a DK Metcalf or bro. The Steelers would take Olave right now instead of DK Metcalf. Why? He's a way better player. Like, oh, just because a wide receiver's big don't mean they're great. And I think that's like what some Saints fans need to understand.
Yeah, I think after the pick I think after the Travis signing, I was like, okay, who y'all want to go with, Lemon or Downs? And somebody had said, well, if the Saints go with Lemon, a wide receiver he had mentioned the height, he was like, well, they deserve everything that happens to them. I was like, damn, boy, Lemon had to put up a
Man,
damn good season.
Makai Lemon, look, you can have your thoughts on him at pick 8. You can think that's too high, but like he a good player. And I think people got to stop just looking at height. Xavier Leggett is 6'3", 220 and sucked. Um, Keon Coleman is 6'4", 220 and garbage. Like, just because a wide receiver tall don't mean he know how to play football. And he built a certain way, don't mean he know how to play football. Like when we took Isaiah Fowski, bro, we was doomed from the start. Like they took Fowski, he sucked. But if Carolina ain't make the pick they would have took before, they was gonna take that guy, Jonathan Mingo. What? Because he went to Ole Miss. They gonna take him what? Because he looked like AJ Brown? The nigga's not good. He don't know how to play. Like At least with Chris Bell, he's a when you look at Chris Bell, you're like, damn, that nigga look like AJ Brown. I ain't saying he AJ Brown, but like you can go look at Chris Bell in college and you can see like, all right, he can separate. He know how to do stuff that a wide receiver. It's not like just all, oh, I'm just bigger than you, stuff like that. Like he knows how to play football. And
Yeah.
he Carolina, they got tricked from Leggett because he went to South Carolina, which is close to where Carolina is. And he also was a fifth. He didn't break out to his fifth year. Like I can go look at a Chris Bell. Chris Bell been good since he was a freshman or like a redshirt a redshirt freshman or whatever. Like I seen growth over 3 years. So that's one other thing you can't be tricked off of.
Mhm. All right. Shit. To me, I like Chris Bell because he already got the chemistry with Shuck. So to me, that's like a no brainer.
The only thing,
And
he tore his ACL. That's the only thing though. That's like that's my one little knock. But he gon' it was a clean tear. It wasn't like a tear where he gonna be out a full year. Like he gonna be able to. He'll probably be back at the start of training camp. Now he gonna be getting in shape. You probably wouldn't get the full version of Chris Bell with no strings attached to like maybe week. I'm just being cautious, like week 4, week 5, but like he should be ready by training camp. That'll be like I
mm,
think training camp that'll be like 8 months out. So
I don't know, I'm starting to have a little faith in our medical staff. You know, what they did with Chase Young, I don't know. I'm starting to have a little faith. So, um, Mario Davis, man, the Mario Davis, he had went back to New York. We got Alante. He went to Tennessee. Um, what do you predict is going to happen with Elvin, Taysom, and Cam? A lot of people are right now just hoping Cam don't go to the Falcons, which I can't see that happening. But what's your thoughts on the Alante and Didi, leaving, and what do you see the other three guys going?
um Demario, he a Ring of Honor player. I wish him well. Demario got 6 kids, man. He got to get his money. Like, but if I was the Saints, I would have. If it was a 1 year deal, I think the Saints would have kept him. Like, if it was like a true 1 year deal. But Demario, he probably feel he deserved two, which I can't blame him. He's still a good linebacker, like a borderline Pro Bowl level player. So I can't blame him for doing that. I wish him well. He a Saints legend. He gonna go to the Ring of Honor. AK another Ring of Honor player. But I can't blame the Saints for moving on from him if that's the route that they choose. It's a new day, it's a new era. I don't want to disrespect them guys. Like I know I've been saying some stuff like, man, they gotta move on from AK. Like I'm not disrespecting them, or I'm saying like, oh, AK was if I ain't no not trying to be like mean or nothing, but like AK RB tape last year was probably like the worst in the league. Like I'm not trying to kill the guy. Everybody, we love AK, bro. He embraced the city. He a Ring of Honor player. He got all the numbers. You gotta know when to move on. Cam, I think that might be over though. Cam, even though Cam was the one I was tricky on. Like I'm cool with letting him walk, but I do think the Saints now have to go at least sign another edge rusher in free agency, whether that's like a Caleb Von Chason or something like that. And I think Caleb Von is a different type of edge. Caleb Von he's a pass rusher. He ain't helping us in the run game, but you gonna put Caleb Von on the field in third down because he figured out his career last year. He really or the last 2 years he's really figured it out after he was a bust at first, but he figured it out. But I think Cam contract voided in the last couple of hours, so I
Yeah,
think that's probably dead. I think it's dead. I think it's dead with a lot of people, man. I think Taysom Hill, his contract voided. I don't want that back. He gonna go to the Saints Hall of Fame, all that, but like you got to know when to move on, bro. It's a new day. That's why I think people should just they should be happy that trying to see they should be happy that there's no knock to the guy because I root for him. I hope he do well in New York, but like they should be happy that we went in the direction we went with our coaching search because we needed a guy that had zero ties to the Saints that was going to be willing to do and make these hard decisions. Like
yeah,
every time, everything got to come to an end. This can't just keep coming on. Can't keep continuing. Now Cam, I think is a little different because we know we Cam going to the Hall of Fame. None of them other dudes, in my opinion, going to the Hall. Like Elvin, he ain't going to the Hall. Demario, that's on the fence, but Demario ain't started his career with the Saints. So it's Demario started his career with the Jets. So it's different for him. So I can't say him going back home. I understand it because the
Mm,
Jets was his first home. Like they were the team that drafted him. But like I think it's a little different with Cam. But if you let the contract void out already, you can't put him down on the cap twice, in my opinion. Not for no 37-year-old. Like all respect to Cam. Last year, 10 and a half sacks was impressive for his age. But like, I mean, when they gave you that contract extension, you had 6 sacks and you didn't look you didn't look good the previous 2 years before. So I hope he gets some money. I hope he can go to a contender. But I think it's best if the Saints move on because if they can't agree on a number, it's just time to move on and start over.
yeah.
And Alante, I'm glad he got his money. I hope he do well. I'm glad the Saints ain't paid because I don't think he can cover.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. I don't think he can cover on the outside. I don't think he can cover in the slot, and I don't think he can tackle. And I can't have a corner that missed the most tackles in the league. Shit, I'm used to a corner. Like I'm not trying to compare everybody to like Prime Lattimore, but man, that nigga didn't miss tackles. Like I can't pay a corner $20 million that missed 25% of his tackle opportunities or close to 25%. But I'm glad he got to go home because he's from Tennessee. And I hope he do well. I hope he better than what he was here. I'm not rooting for none of them guys to fail, and I'm glad he got his money.
Yeah.
Cause that's the main thing I look at. I just want niggas to get paid, bro. Like I don't hate on nobody getting paid.
Yeah, I think I put a tweet up yesterday and I was like, I don't want none of these Saints veterans to get the wrong impression on Saints Twitter. Like, don't get me wrong, we're gonna get our jokes in, but we love and got respect for a lot of these players, man. And at the end of the day, man, this chapter just gotta end. Everything from the Sean Payton era, and we just gotta embark on a new era, and it need to just be a change of guard. Like, uh, I think Kellen Moore, like you say, man, him not having no ties, I think that the best thing that could have happened for us. So, we just get rid of these older guys and we try to get younger, try to let new locker room leaders emerge because yes, we're gonna have our locker room leaders leave and it might swing a game or two and might make us lose a game or two, especially when things start to get rocky. But new players gonna have to emerge. So we just can't be scared to embrace change. If y'all like the stream, go ahead on and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead on and hit the subscribe button and help out the channel. Please feel free to put any questions that y'all have for Marlon down in the chat. We're gonna get to it in order. We already got some questions that we're gonna get to starting up above, and then we're gonna work our way down. So go ahead on and feel free to have any question that y'all want to be answered in the comment section below. Another thing, Marlon, after this free agency just played out, what could be the most realistic, best best thing that it just could happen from here on out to the draft? Like if you were Mickey Loomis, what do you think? How would you approach the rest of the way? And like what you think would be the most
Like
realistic
free agency to the draft, free agency to the
bridge
draft.
to the draft? What could be the most realistic, best outcome that could happen?
So I would go sign. Um, I would get me an McCoy insurance policy. I would go look
Mhm.
whether that's Luke Fortner, but I would let Luke Fortner market play out. Um, McCoy, I treat McCoy like you treated Teron Armstead. Great player. Just got to have an insurance policy for him. So I got to have a good backup. So I'm gonna make sure I get that before the draft. Tight end, I'm probably cool into the draft. Running back, I'm probably cool into the draft. And I ain't looking for a starter either. I'm looking for depth guys who they can grow. Like they might come in as a tight end. They might come in as a running back 3, but hell, by the end of the season, they running back 2. Um, I think it's some upside with some young tight ends in the draft. We can get this guy named from Georgia named Oscar Delp in the 5th round. I love it because I think he gonna be a way better pro than he was a college player. So I'm looking for stuff like that because the Saints do need another tight end. They need another running back eventually. Um, I'm looking for a guard that can. I want to right the Nick Saldiveri wrong. Maybe this guy can actually become a starter by year 2 and be a good starter. So
Mm,
I'm looking for another guard in the middle rounds to potentially be a Ruiz replacement. I
mm,
can't, yeah, so stuff like that. But wide receiver through free agency, I think you got to be bargain bin shopping. I'm not, I'm not paying money for this at wide receiver. Like it's some old guys. Maybe if an old guy want to play cheap, that's different. But dude, I'm not. If the Saints go spend $18 million on Jawan Jennings right now, I would be mad. I'm not doing that. They could have kept Shaheed, all that shit. I don't like Jawan Jennings personally. I don't like him as a player. I don't like nigga got a red mohawk, bro. I just don't like, bro. Like I'm just being honest with you. Defensive. I'm more so looking along the lines of I do think they can spend some money defensively though, like a little bit of money. I ain't looking at no safeties. I'm looking at like the corner market. I want to see. I'm looking at another outside corner. Um, just a cornerback 3. I view. I don't. I think corners matter, but in this defense, I don't think the corner is necessarily the top player that matters. In Dennis Allen defense, I think the corner. I think the Lattimore was important. In this defense, I think the star is important. Like the guy who plays the star is the one who's really important. So I'm perfectly fine with Kool-Aid and stuff like that. Cause I think Kool-Aid, I see the growth in Kool-Aid. I think Kool-Aid issue is he got to be better at catch point. But I don't think he a bad player at all. So I like Kool-Aid. I think he growing. Quincy Riley, same thing. I think he growing. Them guys I want starting next year. So I'm looking at linebacker potentially. It's a guy I really like. I know I wanted Devin Lloyd. I ain't gonna lie. Devin Lloyd is a legit all pro player. That's a good player right there. That's who I wanted, but no, he went to Carolina. But it's Leo Chanel. It's some good linebackers out there. Leo Chanel is who I'm looking at though. He played for the Chiefs. He kind of been like a, he kind of been used in a way to like I'm gonna say like say Caden Ellis or something, like a Caden Ellis type way, but he better and he far more athletic. I think he just scratching the surface. Like I that would be a guy I spend on. I already talked about Caleb Von Chase on. I wish they had some defensive tackles in the draft or in fantasy out or in free agency that I really like, but I don't necessarily like a lot of stuff. But I think if you spend money anywhere like actual real money, I think you can see some money get spent at edge and linebacker potentially.
mm. So what will be your best case scenario that's realistic for the draft, like at 8?
Right now, for me, I know you got positional value versus best player available thing. I know that's always gonna be a debate. My realistic goal would be right now, or the goal I would want Caleb Downs to be available at 8, me personally. I
Mm.
know it's gonna be different with the DNs. I know some people like Ruben Bain. I ain't against Ruben Bain. I just that scares me. Un, I'm sorry, that arm shit matters. That scares me. Um, but I'm not like completely against him. But Ruben Bain, I think the Saints for the first time should really be considering a trade back because there's some dudes in this draft at position of need where you can get that position of need and get an extra pick. And I just think it's a better value. So I think a trade back should be considered. Shit, if you hey, I know we always joke about hey, they never traded back and stuff like that. Shit, they let old players go for the first time. Maybe they trade back for the first time. You never know. So I think that should be on the table
So
potentially.
basically, trade back if Downs took.
Yes, it's Downs and probably a few other players, but
Mm.
if they was gone, I would consider trading back. But I think that got to be a strong thought this year because I think that it's some dudes who value like, bro. If the Saints took Carnell Tate, If the Saints traded back and took like a guy like Carnell Tate at like, say they traded back to 11 and took Carnell Tate and they got an extra pick, I love it because
Hmm.
I really like Carnell Tate at 11. It's decent to me at pick 8. At 11 is great to me, or is really good to me. So that's kind of why I think that they should consider the trade back, bro. If certain guys gone,
All right, all right. Yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of Sonny Styles pick up since a lot of people are just, they pretty much gave up on Love dropping to us, especially after we didn't got Etienne. And on top of that, they don't think Downs is gonna be there. So I'm starting to see a lot of people say Styles should be our guy, especially after Demario Davis, he went back to the Jets. Some people probably not too high on Pete Werner and Stutzman. I think a lot of people like Stutzman, but you compare Stutzman with a Styles, you got a vicious linebacker core. So I think a lot of people are very high on Styles right now. I'm seeing some people talk about the cornerback from LSU, even especially since Alante Taylor is gone, and we ain't just got no true lockdown corner.
I
You know,
love Delane, but I don't want a corner at 8, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not into a corner at 8.
yeah, I don't want the corner back at 8 either. I want a pass rusher, Downs, or one of the raw receivers. It don't even matter to me.
And
Tyson.
the thing is, look, I think Delane is kind of how I view the wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I like Delane a lot, bro. Delane got great tape. If we had pick 13, I love Delane. I don't want Delane at pick 8. Cause I got like a crazy high like this with the wide receivers. Like even then, like I like these wide receivers. I don't know if I necessarily like them. I don't love them at 8, but I get it because you got to be in the business of helping your young quarterback. So it's certain stuff like gonna get pushed up higher than what it probably is. So that's how I view it. But like I like Delane, but I got like this crazy high standard for like wide receivers and DBs, for wide receivers and defensive backs and the wide receivers and wide receivers and corners and the top 10. I got like a crazy high standard.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'd be like picky on stuff like that. But Delane is a strong prospect though.
All right. What about Derek Carr? Like, yeah, you think we trade him? You think that's a pipe dream? If we do trade him, who you think will pretty much be our best
I don't
bet?
think he have a I don't think he have a market. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he's gonna play. I think this is gonna be something like if Derek Carr come back, then a guy got hurt in the preseason, like
Hmm.
say, like somebody lost their quarterback and they gonna need Derek Carr or something. I think that's how the trade happens. But other than that, bro, I don't see it. Like nobody about to go give up a fourth round pick or a fifth round pick for a guy that got like. First of all, he don't flip winning anywhere. He don't change winning. So, like, let's be honest with it on that point. I think there's more of a thing that continues through training camp, or say like dudes, somebody gonna get hurt in the preseason. Like somebody gonna lose their quarterback, and they're gonna have a guy that they can't play. Like so, I think that's when it happens, in my opinion.
So you can't see the Steelers or maybe the Vikings.
Not the Vikings thing is dead. I think they're gonna get Kyler Murray. He's
Mm,
free, man. He
okay.
costs $1 million on the cap. Maybe the Steelers, but
Mm,
that's the only thing I can see. Like I
mm.
said, Aaron Rodgers, he ain't telling him if he playing yet, but I don't know. The Steelers are a clown franchise. I'm glad the Saints not doing the stuff the Steelers do. Remember when they said the Saints said they wanted to be the Steelers? Nobody should want to look up to the Steelers. The Steelers is stuck in the middle, and they want to be stuck in the middle. That's the worst spot to be in sports. Either you
So,
good or you ass. You never want to be in the middle.
so assuming we do trade Carr and he goes to competitor, Super Bowl contender, what you think the most we could get from him?
I think I think you can get like a fourth round pick that got conditions on it. Like if they make the playoffs, they jump to like a third or something like that. That's pretty much it. I don't. It ain't gonna be nothing drastic. We ain't getting no first, no second round pick. He ain't play last year, and he older.
Don't we got a fourth conditional pick?
Yeah, we got one
Compensatory
for
pick?
Adebo this year, but like I think you get a 4th round pick in 2027 if he came back. Because again, I don't think this gonna get handled till like after the draft or anything. Like this not gonna be this something for me that's not gonna be like handled till like this gonna be a during training camp type thing. So I think around that time, then maybe you
Mm,
can get like if a team desperate, you might be able to get a third. I don't know, but you can get I'm gonna say a fourth that can turn into a third.
okay. If you like the content, go ahead on and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead on and subscribe to the channel. It help out the channel. If you have any questions for Marlon before I let him go ahead on and put your questions down below. We're gonna get to them in orderly fashion. So we're gonna start from up above right now. We're gonna get to the questions right now. So go ahead on and put y'all questions down below for Marlon before I let him get up out of here.
I know one guy had a question. I think Justin Cash about Joey Bosa. I'm good on Joey Bosa.
Yeah, I was just
Joey
gonna
Bosa
start to
is
the. I was just gonna start all the way to the top because
all right.
it was some questions early, but we'll get to the Joey thing and you could explain why. But we're gonna go to the top first. All right. So the first question is, what's your thoughts on Tate by Hold My 30?
Tate, I think Tate do things. I think he gonna potentially be a better NFL player than what he was in college. I'm not gonna knock him too much for this. Like, oh, he's never been a wide receiver one in college. He plays next to a fucking generational prospect. Like, it's sometimes where a dude play next to a guy that's so good. Like Jeremiah Smith, to me, my personal opinion right now is like the 5th best wide receiver in football. Like, I think he's been a top 10 wide receiver in football since last year when he was 18. Like, I think that's how good he is. Like, shit, I wouldn't take CD Lamb over him right now. Like, that's how good. And CD Lamb, like the 5th best wide receiver in the league to me. That's how
Mm,
high I have an opinion of whatchamacallit. It's like the same. It's similar to the same opinion I had of Julio Jones and Kelvin John. I was young when Kelvin Johnson was in college, but like I got to see him his last couple of years when I was in like third and fourth grade. But like I'm doing like, bro, that's a fucking freak. Like that's just different. Like you knew firsthand when you seen Kelvin Johnson play, you like, all right, bro, that's Hall of Fame. If he don't go to the Hall of Fame, he a disappointment. Like
mm,
Jamar Chase. If Jamar Chase don't go to the Hall of Fame, to me, that was like a disappointment. Like I get a feeling like that. So I'm not gonna knock Tate too much. Tate do things that we got like it's some stuff that Tate do far as like just catching the ball with his hands in a contested situation that like if Chris did that, Chris tries it. He just don't have the big hands like Cornell Tate got like some big ass hands. And you know that matters. And then I like his frame. He's 6'2", a little over 6'2". He only like 192 or something, but like if you look at his frame, bro, you can easily put 15 pounds on him. Like his speed, it ain't necessarily about speed. Now I wish he would have ran a better time, but like the speed for a wide receiver don't kill me because Chris is not slow. Vele actually not a slow guy. I do think the Saints will need like a little burner return specialist somewhere, but like he knows how to get open. I'm gonna look at like it's niggas who Xavier Worthy fast as hell on the football field. Xavier Worthy run like a 4.6 when he running straight because he don't know how to get open. So it ain't necessary. Speed not the biggest factor in my opinion, but I think he a good player. I think he more of a guy that's in the teams. Like if you took him at pick 15, you'll love it. If you take him at pick 8, you like, ah, I see the vision though. It's decent, but I see the vision. I might not want it, but I see the vision. So that's how I feel about him. That's kind of how I feel about all the receivers. I like Jordan Tyson the best, but again, the medicals. Like I do think Jordan Tyson legitimately worked like the 8 pick in a normal draft, but I know the medicals gonna drop him down. So
mm. Okay, we got Jack Daniels says, how do you feel about the Travis signing?
I'm growing to like it more. I probably if we graded this like say if this was college, I would have gave it a 79, which is a C. But I would bump it to a B. I you might get like a C in the class and the teacher bump it up. I will bump it to a B because I can see the vision. I see the vision of it. I see the benefits of it. Um, if the number was if the number was like 4 years, 40 million, I'm at a B plus, almost an A minus. But at this price, I'm at like at a B minus. I'm gonna stand strong at a B minus. But it's a good signing because I can't, bro. They needed a running back. Like if Kendrick Miller ain't, if Kendrick Miller did what he had to do, I don't think the Saints would have potentially been in a market like this. But 3 years into his career, it is what it is. Like,
Mm.
so I get it.
All right, Justin Cash, he says thoughts on maybe signing Joey Bosa as Cam replacement.
I'm good on that. Yeah, Joey Bosa, the best days of his career is over. I think he a rotational player at this point, but like, yeah, his name, I'm cool. He get hurt a lot. I
Mm,
think Joey. Now I think pass rushers as they when a pass rusher wash out, they still a pass rusher, so they can still play. It's not like a corner, but I think like Joey like a version of like Lattimore, where like they was good, but like dog, the injuries just took like all they thunder. So that's how I look at him. But he's still gonna be in the league. He probably gonna be in San Francisco with his brother.
mm. And we got Jerry says with Love out the way, who will the Saints pick at number 8 after Etienne signing?
Um, I can see them going a lot of ways. Edge, if any of the edge rushers drop. Caleb Downs, probably put him at the top. Sonny Styles, put him up there. I think with how the free agency market playing out though, wide receiver is getting pushed high. Like I think wide receiver the damn near got pushed to the top almost. It's like Caleb Downs, wide receiver. Caleb Downs, wide receiver. That's how I think it is gonna play out.
Mm. All right. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead on and subscribe to the channel. Help the channel out. If you got some questions for Marlon, go ahead on and put them down. We're gonna get to them in orderly fashion. So we taking questions right now. We got Justin Cash with the next question says, "What if both David Bailey and Downs are there at 8? Who you taking?"
That's a tough one. I think David Bailey, a good player. I know positional value, you'll probably go Bailey. Some people like Bailey, some people don't like Bailey. I like Bailey. I do think Bailey is a little stiff as a pass rusher, but I like Bailey. Position of value, Marlon will say David Bailey, but like if you ask me just to choose like what player I have more confidence in, like just flat out hitting and being like a good player for a long time, I'm gonna choose Caleb Downs.
Mm, okay. Let me see. We got another question by Jack Daniel says, "Do you think our defense will decline this year?"
I think they punched above their weight class last year, so I do think it's going to decline. But I think the offense will be better. So like instead of the 28 offense, I think the Saints can have the. I think it's a balance. It's a balance. Like I think the Saints can have the 14th best offense, and they had the ninth best defense last year. If they can have the 19th best defense, if you can have the say if the Saints have the 13th best offense and like the 18th and 19th best defense, and their special teams jump from second worst in the league, it was either worst or is either the last or second to last. If that can jump up to like hell 15 somewhere in the teens, like no lower than like 18, I think they'll be in a good spot. I think you gotta substitute. We can't solve all the issues, so you gotta supplement it. So like I would take a worse defense, not garbage defense, but a worse defense for a substantially better offense. So like if we jump 15 spots offensively, but drop 10 spots defensively, like I think you'll probably be better off, especially with the special teams jumping from league worst to like at least league average. So I
Mm.
think that'll still help you out.
Got Justin Cash says, "Sarah J or Lisa Ann?"
Man, Lisa Ann like Michael Jordan, bro. Michael Jordan in this shit.
Hey man, it's the Saints channel.
Man, Sarah J looked like Triple H.
Yeah. I never understood the hype, but um, What about Tyreek Woolen? You think we should try to see what's up with him?
I don't want to pay an outside corner, bro. I don't know. I don't want to pay an outside corner that can't tackle. Got like IQ. I don't know. It's just corner. I didn't like flip my. I didn't like flipped a little bit on corners because I'm looking at it and I don't think corners are important. But I don't think in this defense that the corner is the most important thing. Like I'd rather like because if you sign Tyreek Woolen and you drafted Caleb Downs, then one of them corners that started last year is like off the field. I don't want to take those young dudes off the field right now. I don't because I see where they growing at.
Hmm.
Unless you was like a legit star corner or something like that, like I'm cool on you.
So what you think the priority for this defense is? Linebacker or safety or edge rusher?
Priority, I think the priority really is like I think the priority is a edge and a star.
Mm.
But I think that Chase Young playing like this give you the edge one that you've been looking for. But then you're gonna look for like the help on the other side. But I think in this defense, the edge and the star is like really important. And I think the interior defensive line is important. It's just not a lot of them in the league. Like it was like legitimately one good free agent defensive tackle in the league, and he went to Tennessee.
Mm. Well, I mean, shit. Me personally, I'll be good with Downs. I'll be good with Styles. I really think we did a good free agency so far. We're gonna see if we pull off any blockbuster trades. That remains to be seen. But other than that, man, I think they did a good job, bro. I've been seeing people big up Mickey Loomis on Twitter. You think he should get his just due, or you think that he still got
He still
extra?
got work to do.
Okay.
He on a good pat though. He on a good pat. I don't think he missed since the Lattimore trade. That's my
Mhm.
dog. That's my dog. That's my goat. But like that was time. We won that trade. Got two rookie starters out of it. Two guys in the secondary. A contributing running back. Probably a running back three, but still a contributor to the team. I don't think it's been a lot of misses. Like I think ever since they made that AK extension last year, like I think they've been doing a lot of good. I think it's some dumb stuff they did. Like I didn't have a problem with them trades for Devon Gotcho. I wouldn't have extended him. I would have just let him play out the year. Um, Brandon Cooks was dumb. I think he got saved in the attempt. He wanted to keep Derek Carr here. I don't necessarily think Kellen Moore wanted him, but Mickey Loomis wanted him. But like, I think he got saved in that aspect. So it's stuff like you got like a little angel looking over him right now, but they need to keep it up. I ain't about to just stamp him like, oh, we owe Mickey an apology. No, we don't. No, we don't. We ain't go to the playoffs. We didn't win. We haven't. We we won 9 games. What in 2023? I don't think that team was good. They beat shit teams. They played the worst QB schedule in the history of football. They played like two good quarterbacks the whole year. Matthew Stafford and like Jared Goff. They played they played a lot of bad quarterbacks, bro. So and I think what in 2021, Sean last year they won 9 games. But other than that, bro, it ain't been nothing fun around here. Shit, we've been losing the whole time. But they got out of it and they have a vision that you can see and they growing. And that's what matters to me. I ain't gonna harp too much on the past.
Mm. Do you think the free agents that's coming so early and like good free agents in a class, you think that's off the motion of Tyler Shep?
I think you're gonna see the quarterback, then you're gonna look at the quarterback and you're gonna look at what the team building. And you know, it's not always that like I look at Washington, like Washington keep coming in second place for all the high price free agents. And they got a quarterback that's like that and they got a lot of money. So I guess it's about vision. Like it's more than just the quarterback. Like Kellen Moore don't seem to be on the hot seat. You look at Washington, like, fuck, they might fire the coach next year. The GM then is fumbling everything. And they got a bunch of money and they got a quarterback that's like, that nigga did it. Like, he did it for a full season before. So I think it's more than just the quarterback. I think Kellen got a lot of just doing this. Whatever what he building. I know he was making fun of it, like, oh man, them guys going on field trips, but like that team bonding thing, that helped him.
Hmm. All right, man. Shit, I think we covered pretty much everything. If you got anything else that you want to say for like any final thoughts, you got the floor gonna be yours. And if you got any message that you want to leave for the Who That Nation, that's very, getting it very excited early for this free agency period. You go ahead on and let them know your final thoughts and any messages for the Who That Nation, and let them know where they can find you at on Twitter.
All right. First, y'all can follow me on Twitter at It's Rainy Doe, ITSRAINEYDOE. Um, I think the Saints in a good spot, man. I think they're building right. They're building smart. They need to continue making smart decisions, and you can be cautiously aggressive. Like you don't have to just go like stuff like remember the Trevor Penning trade. You don't got to just do that. You can be aggressive, but you got to be cautious too. And I think they need to continue building that way. And I think they got a big year in store for them. Like I don't want obviously this stuff ain't all play out, but like Atlanta in a situation where it's almost like they just trying to get to 2027. Look at the quarterback situation, losing a pass rusher. Tampa, I already shared my thoughts how I felt about them losing Mike Evans on the previous episode, how that was going to affect them, and if you see like why he left. I think the Saints could be competing for the division, man. They just got to continue being smart. I think right now, I give Carolina, I give them they just do. They they're spending good money. They went to the playoffs last year. They gave the Rams a good fight. So I get them to just do, but I think the Saints, the the challenger to potentially knock them out, and they just got to continue being smart
Mhm.
and building the right way.
All right, last question before I let you get up out of here. Justin Cash says, "What's your bold prediction for draft night? Like, how many trades y'all see?"
Like trades from the Saints or trades from
I guess you could just keep it for the Saints.
the only trade I can see. I can see a slight trade back at 8, and then I can see a trade up to the end of the first round if they believe like a guy gonna be gone. That's the only thing I can see. But I
Mm.
can't. I don't see like for. Oh, let me get this out. The Saints do not need to be trading no 2027 first round pick, no 2027 second round pick. That draft is amazing. This shit is this bigger than quarterbacks. That
Mhm.
draft got a generational player in it, a legit generational player in Jeremiah Love. It got a corner. I ain't saying he generational, but fuck, he good. It's a corner in that draft that some people think better than Jeremiah Smith, and we know how good Jeremiah Smith is. That's all I'm gonna say. We do
Mhm.
not need to be trading our first or second round picks. We is not there yet as a team to be doing that. And you don't do that shit for no rookie either. You
Mhm.
do that for established players. Like I'm always say, you look back on it, the Saints lost that NFC championship before that game got played. They lost it in the offseason. The Saints could have worked the cap to a certain way. Man, you go try to trade for you Khalil Mack. You don't go trade for no Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport unproven. Khalil Mack proven. I'm giving up my second or my first. I'm giving
Mhm.
up them two first and whatever it was that Khalil Mack got traded for 4 months later. But like I'm not moving all them other picks, man. Like you got to think smart. And I think like if you go and get a player like I wouldn't trade a two. I don't think Max Crosby were 2 1s, but I get why Baltimore doing it. They going all in, but they got Lamar Jackson. They got Derrick Henry in the backfield. Them dudes can if they never play again. So I get why they doing it. We not there as a team to do something like that. So but if we was to do something like that, you do that for like a proven player that you know gonna be on your team for the next 5 years in his prime. That's like that. You don't do that for no unproven player. Or if it's a prospect, you doing that for like the Falcons traded their future first to get up to get Julio Jones. But I knew watching college football. I knew in 2008, I was in sixth grade. I'm like, damn, bro, Julio Jones clearly like the best receiver in college. Like Julio Jones, AJ Green, Patrick Peterson, them guys. You watch them dudes as freshmen. You like, all right, bro, they're gonna walk into the league and be like top 5 players at their positions within 2 years, and they all did it. Like That's what you trade up for. But it ain't no player like that in this draft to be moving like that for. So I don't I don't think we need to be making no trades like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but thanks for coming on the show, Marlon. You're welcome back anytime. We definitely gonna have to get you back after the full free agency period just come to an end because I'm pretty sure Saints ain't done yet. So
Oh yeah, they
uh,
not done at all, man. They might I can see them doing something soon. They might do something tonight.
yeah,
This just the start.
yeah. So everybody have your alerts on, have your notifications on, just in case the Saints pull the trigger again. But till next time, who that and appreciate you for coming on the show, Marlon.
All right, man. I'll be back. Thank you for having me.
All right. Y'all go ahead on and like the stream. If you enjoyed yourself, go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. We truly in a new era, Saints fans. So I think a lot of people are very optimistic. So buckle up, man. This should be a hell of a year, a hell of a fun year. Let me see. Got Jeremiah Whitley says, "What's your thoughts about our team defense and offense and how they're going to fix themselves with Tyler Shuck before the 2026? If AK are going to other teams, we're gonna be real. Going to be a reaction or shot for real." Man, I'm feeling good about the offense. I'm feeling good about the defense. I would like to see something happen with Reese on defense. I would like to get another pass rusher. I just think we need to start on both sides of the ball. Like I think we need actual playmakers, like guys that's going to help us win games. But other than that, man, I'm feeling good about our quarterback. I'm feeling good about our head coach. I'm feeling good about our defensive coordinator. So the guys who are just kind of in charge of things, I'm feeling A1 about all of that. And as far as the guys that's leaving, like Alvin, Cam, these veterans, yes, we're going to lose a locker room presence, but at the end of the day, we got to just close the chapter on these guys. Like, let them have an opportunity to go get a ring somewhere else because I do think it's going to be a fun and competitive team, but I don't think we're going to be a team that's contending. Maybe a year or two from now, we could be in the talks of maybe going on some type of contention run. But as of right now, I don't really see that. So with these guys that we got that's up in age, let them go ahead on the ring chase. They deserve it. Or if they won't get a bag, let them go get their bag. But other than that, man, I just think we need to just close the chapter on this past era and just embark into something new. And leaders going to emerge. Like I could see a Studman emerging into a locker room leader. I could see, they interviewing certain guys for a reason. They trying to see if they got leadership quality. And one thing about the Saints, they like to have team captains come on the team. So I could see us, emerging with some guys very soon if Cam ultimately do leave, if 8K ultimately do leave. Like we're gonna have a new locker room presence in the building. So I'm excited. So that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, man, probably be doing another stream tomorrow. We're gonna see what's gonna happen tonight and tomorrow. See if the Saints pull the trigger again. But other than that, man, hit the like button. So go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, who that. Y'all be safe. I'm out.